A year ago, I moved to China, and right when I first moved here, I filmed a video about my first impressions of China. The more I learn about China, the more I realize that I don't know anything and that I'll never know a lot of the stuff about this massive country, but I have a much clearer picture now than I did when I first got here. The language and Chinese people really respect. Even if you can just speak a little bit of Chinese, you'll hear, wow, 你的中文很好. Just they'll say something that says, wow, your Chinese is great, even if you can just say hello properly. Everywhere you travel, the dialect is different depending on where you go. A lot of Chinese don't even understand each other's Chinese because yeah, they understand the written Chinese, they have that language down, but spoken language, there's that disconnect where if you go to a different part of China, even to a different city sometimes within the same province, there's a totally different dialect being spoken there. Driving in China, when I first arrived here, the roads looked like absolute chaos, and they definitely still do. In the United States, if somebody cuts you off, that's their fault. You know, they pulled out in front of you, they should have been looking to see that you were coming, so you can get angry. But here, if somebody cuts you off, that's your fault. You shouldn't have left enough space for them to drive in front of you. In the West, man, people just get really angry when they drive. They take driving personally, but here, people cut you off all the time, but it's like a slow cutoff. But it happens all the time. Chinese food. In the videos that I've made about eating Chinese street food, I get a lot of comments about gutter oil and rat meat and dog meat and stuff. Honestly, just you don't need to be afraid to try Chinese street food. If it tastes palatable, if it tastes like you can enjoy it, then eat it. If it doesn't taste good, spit it out. I've been eating Chinese street food pretty frequently for a year, and I haven't had really any major illness. I got sick one time and accidentally drank a full thermos of tap water, and I didn't leave the toilet for a couple days. Other than that, food has not caused me any trouble since I've been here. If you're a person who has a lot of food allergies, if you're somebody who's vegan, you're vegetarian, you're very specific about what you eat, honestly, I would suggest not even coming to China. It's really difficult to specify the kind of foods that you want. Even if you can speak Chinese pretty well, and you can say, you know, if you're a vegetarian and you can say, 我不要肉, there's still a really good chance that the vegetables or whatever else you order has been cooked in some kind of meat broth. Foreigners in China. Foreigners that come here, they integrate, and you know, this wasn't exactly me when I first got here. I was a little bit resistant. The language was intimidating. I appreciate when I speak with foreigners that also see the bright side of things and don't always focus on the negatives of China. If you're the type of foreigner, and there's plenty of them that live in China that don't speak any Chinese, don't really enjoy Chinese food, complain about China, what are you doing here? As far as the weather goes, that's the one real downside about living here, is that a lot of the time, at least in eastern China, where there are more factories and cities and where there's a lot more people, you're gonna see pollution. It's just a fact of life. Yeah, I mean, pollution sucks, but China really is a great place to live, and if that's the worst thing about living in a place, then I can handle it. These are just my opinions about living in China. I'm not an expert. I'm just a guy who's lived here for a year and a few odd days. Let me know how you feel. Leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.